This game, guys, sucks. This game is boring. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's the first 15 minutes of a game called Airis, and I was recommended this game through another one of my subscribers on my YouTube channel. So guys, make sure that you check out my YouTube channel, subscribe, and like these types of videos, and you can always give me suggestions on games to check out. This subscriber has been trolling me for a while, and he always, or she always, asks me to play these types of games, and these are the type of fantasy novel, kind of anime Japanese type games. If you look back at the previous games that I've reviewed around these Japanese narrative storyline games, I'm generally trolled pretty heavy because these games, to be honest with you guys, are not that engaging, but if you like reading a lot and enjoying a storyline, then these games are for you. So because I love reviewing all different types of games, I'm going to review this game called Airis. It's a novel, it's a graphic novel game. We're going to play it for 15 minutes, but I'm assuming, and I'm telling you guys, I'm assuming that this is going to happen, that the first 15 minutes of this game is going to be a whole bunch of text. So here we go. Let's put 15 minutes on the timer. Let's do this, guys. Let's get trolled. Start the game. Aaliyah, wake up. I said wake up. The familiar incessant urging cuts through the darkness. But it takes me just a second to push through the murkiness in my mind to recall whose voice it is. Teddy. Aaliyah, this isn't funny anymore. Wake up already. Despite the forced casualness in her voice, there's a tone of concern and fear that I've never heard before. Teddy, what happened? Teddy's worried frown swims into focus, and it immediately melts into a relieved expression when I manage to push myself up into a sitting position. Honestly, if you wanted to sleep, you could have chosen a better location than the middle of nowhere. Teddy's mouth is downturned as usual, but the way she keeps shooting me glances out of the corner of her eyes belies her inner concern. I can't help but smile at the bear in front of me, and I reach out and pull her into a hug, ignoring her yelp of protest. Thank you for coming to find me, Teddy. Oh, look, he's mad now. He's like the angry pedo bear. Is that YouTube friendly? YouTube friendly? Angry pedo bear? She lets out a small growl, still squirming in my arms for a moment longer before giving up and going still. Let me go, you idiot. Let me go, you idiot human. I hide a chuckle, knowing she'd probably swipe me with her paw if I point out how she's leaning her head into my touch as I stroke her fur gently. Like a cat. Would have thought the little bear cub I saved years ago would grow up to be such adorable companion. What happened? Where are we? Don't ask me. I woke up to find no sign of you anywhere, without even leaving behind a note, so I tracked you down with my nose. What in the world are you doing, Aaliyah? You wouldn't even wake up when I called you. No, nothing. I just went out for some early morning training and fell asleep when I sat down to rest. Likely story, Aaliyah. Likely story. Who sits down in the middle of nowhere and falls asleep in the middle of a forest? Aaliyah, you ain't fooling nobody. That's all. Feeling Teddy's probing glaze search my face, I lower my eyes, hoping Teddy can't smell my dishonesty. Yeah, well, it's pretty obvious, Aaliyah. Another blackout. Another few hours of my memory gone. Oh, she's blacking out. The plot thickens, guys. I'm still no closer to figuring out the reason for it and what happens. So far, I've been able to keep the secret from others, but with increasing frequency, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hide it much longer. I've been able to focus on my training. Lial thinks they are all being... What kind of name is that? Lial thinks they are all being subtle with their questions, but I can tell their suspicion is growing. Are you certain about that? Of course. Would I ever lie to you? Aaliyah, that's how you ruin relationships, girl. That's how you ruin relationships, by lying. That's why I never lie, guys. It's too much effort to lie, guys. It's too much effort. Even I winced at the overly bright tone of my voice, holding my breath, waiting for Teddy's response. His eyes perked up, a beat of silence. Then she gives a loud sniff and twists out of my grasp, taking a few steps backwards. If you insist, I don't particularly care to know anyway. Since I've confirmed that you've managed to get yourself in some sort of trouble, at least I'll be leaving now. Undeterred by Teddy's hostility, I reach out and give her head a gentle pat, smiling. I'll be fine on my own, thanks, Teddy. I'll see you back at home tonight. Try not to do anything appable. Teddy shoots me one last glance before disappearing beyond the trees. My smile fades as soon as Teddy is out of sight. Mother of souls, what happened to me while I was out? I feel like I've just been run over by a herd of horses. With every step I take, my aching muscles protest loudly. Oh, we're in town. We finally made it, guys. We made it into town. A relieved sigh escapes me at a familiar sight of the town square. Almost there. In spite of my active attempts to not think about the blackout, I can't help but keep dwelling on it, racking my brain, trying to recall. Was I sleepwalking? No, this happened before. I haven't consumed any alcohol. That's good, Aaliyah. That's good that you're not a drunkard. So it couldn't be that. What's happening to me? I just don't know. I can't remember. You keep thinking about this, but it isn't going to help at all. Think happy thoughts. Oh, nice deflection, girl. Think happy thoughts. Woosa, woosa, woosa. Happy thoughts. I didn't even notice Leo passing by with a group of mages from the guild before it's too late. Leo! Aaliyah! Are you alright? Crap. I freeze, stop dead in my tracks, and immediately turn around to head in the opposite direction, pretending not to see them. Lyle sounds like they've been leaning close to my ear when speak again. I know it's you. I know it's you trying to hide from me. Forcing a small laugh, I twist around and look up Lyle with an embarrassed smile. Oh, hi, Lyle. I didn't see you there. I'm sure you didn't. Although Lyle's voice is muted as usual, they sound like they are trying to suppress a laugh. Some tension there, I see, guys. Some tension. Right, well, I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'll talk to you later. See you. I take a step back, intent on escaping before Lyle gets the truth from me. Aaliyah, what's the matter? You've been acting strange for the last couple of weeks. I'm fine, really. No, you aren't. I know that expression. That's your classic fretting face. I'm not fretting. You absolutely are. I know you too well for you to lie about that. Whenever you begin to obsess over worrying an idea that you've got in your head, which is every other day, by the way, you get this pinch between your eyebrows and twist in your mouth. I've seen it too many times not to recognize it by now. I take a deep breath and manage to smile. It's more natural and genuine as I give Lyle a playful nudge with my elbow. Stop studying my face. Go study your books. Aaliyah, what is it? Is it your leg? Is the wound still bothering you? It's been weak, hasn't it? Perhaps you should seek a medic. No, it's healing. The creature barely scratched my... My sentence trails off to silence when it suddenly... Thought hits me. My blackout's been occurring almost daily for the past week, ever since I received that wound from the creature. Could the two be related somehow? There's an occasional report of sickness or unusual fatigue after prolonged exposure to the creatures. Who are these creatures, guys? A curable side effect of the illness that plagues these creatures and turns them into violent, mindless monsters that attack any and all human beings. Could this be another new side effect of the plague? If so, perhaps I'm not the only one who's experienced this. Maybe I should ask around. Maybe I'll find an explanation for these strange things. You know, Leah, you know what would have been great? If when you started blacking out, you went and saw a doctor, number one. Number two, you sought medical advice. Number three, you actually started talking to other people earlier about your symptoms and trying to resolve this instead of allowing your blackouts to happen almost daily every week. Leah, you're not the sharpest tool in the drawer. Aaliyah? Jerking out of my thoughts, I realized Lyle has been waiting patiently to return my attention to them. Sorry, just thinking. Worrying, you mean? Perhaps. Aaliyah sighs, but doesn't push the issue any further. Well, if you ever want to talk to me, I'm hit. You know what? I'll change my mind. I do want to talk about it after all. To the credit, Lyle merely raises an eyebrow in amusement. Too used to my impulsiveness by now. Go on. Listen, Lyle, have you ever... I bite my lip, fumbling over the right words to describe what I want to say. Lyle makes a small hum. giving me an encouraging nod and a patient smile. Well, I know this will sound really strange, but have you ever just blacked out for suddenly no discernible reason? And woke up with no memory at all of what happened, often in the strangest places? Aaliyah, what you have just posited to Lyall is one of the most ludicrous things you could ask a random person, or even a friend. It's not like you go to a friend and say, hey friend, have you ever blacked out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods, not knowing anything and lost your memory? Lyall's answer should be, never. It's never happened to me. That is so strange, Aaliyah. You should probably seek some guidance or some help. All laughter immediately leaves Lyall's eyes, and their sudden change in expression makes my heart leap. Whether in hope or fear, I can't tell. You wake up feeling exhausted and sore, as though you've just been on losing side of a tavern brawl, right? Yes, exactly. I press on, leaning closer to Lyall and peering at them intently. So, have you heard about this happening to people before? Lyall hesitates for a briefest moment, their expression changing almost imperceptibly. Something I wouldn't have picked off if I had known him for years. Yes. Yes, I have. Been going through that myself, actually. So wait. So you're telling me Aaliyah has been blacking out almost daily, losing her memory in the middle of the woods. Lyall has just said that that's been happening to him too, and these two knuckleheads have not even seen a doctor? Come on, this story isn't very plausible, guys. I'm getting trolled hard. This story is not plausible at all. It takes a moment for Lyall's casual confession to sink in, and when it finally does, my eyes are in shock. My jaw almost dropping to the ground. That was not what I was expecting at all. Wait, you too? Why haven't you told me? How long has this been going on? Do you know why this is happening? What's wrong with us? The same reason you didn't tell me until now, I suppose. We are a townfolk and a kinsfolk that keep secrets from each other, especially when it comes to dire health considerations and dire health issues. I've been trying to figure this out myself, but I haven't gotten any ideas yet. I don't seek advice because that would ruin my ego. The breath I didn't realize had been holding rushes out of me. I deflate in disappointment. Oh, I had hoped. I give my head a small shake, trying to chase the sadness away. No, I shouldn't feel let down. The important thing is I don't have to carry this secret to myself anymore. Aaliyah, I am so glad that you are relieved of this secret, that Lyall has also been suffering these strange issues, and so you guys can commiserate and empathize with each other till the end. I have Lyall. We can figure this out together. I'm sorry I can't be of any help. I shake my head, hooking my arm around Lyall's. It's not your fault. Besides, I'm sure we could find out the reason in no time if we work together. Yes, I'm sure we will. I turn my head to beam at them, but the smile they return is hesitant, almost reluctant. Wait, are there other people listening in this conversation? Why are they not chiming in? Confused, I tilt my head at them, studying their expression. Is it just me, or do they keep avoiding my eyes? You're probably turning into a zombie. You know, I've been thinking. If we are both suffering from the same strange phenomenon, I think it is likely we aren't the only ones. I think we should ask around the guild hall and see if there's anyone else has heard of or is experiencing the same problem. Let's make sure that everyone with this dark secret brings it to light. No! Ooh, Lyall, what's going on? The word bursts out of Lyall's mouth at a volume 3 times higher than the usual speaking level, and I take a step back in shock and confusion. No! I watch Lyall take a deep breath. And when they speak again, they are back to normal, at their normal gentle tone. An apologetic smile tugging at their lips. You know what I just noticed, guys? I just noticed that the dots on the eyes appear before the text appears. See if we can find an eye before it appears. I don't think we should act harshly. I cross my arms, pursing my lips. Why not? I don't think asking around for information is considered a rash action. This is potentially a serious problem, Lyall said. This is potentially a serious problem. The eyes, see the eyes? It's cut off. Actually, it wasn't the eyes, it was just this top section, these 2 L's. L's on the second level are pre-written in. We need to handle this subtly and avoid drawing attention to ourselves, or else we could lose their status as one of Airis's vassals if they believe we aren't fit to protect the kingdom anymore. Oh, wouldn't want our boss to know that we cannot fully fulfill our duty, and so let's keep it a secret from them so they don't know that while we're on guard duty trying to protect the city, we might just pass out and black out for hours at a time. Although I was prepared to argue for my suggestion, the words die in my throat when Lyle's words sink in. Of course, we should have known Lyle would raise the argument before relating this to anyone. To the one thing I can't risk, my job as a vassal for the country. Wow. Very command and control here, guys. These guys are merely servants of the pious kings and queens of this world, and they wouldn't want to let them down. Oh no, they wouldn't want to let them down, especially when it comes to their really important job of protecting the kingdom and potentially passing out, getting knocked out for hours at a time, thereby not allowing them to protect the kingdom. And since that risk is so great to their job, that they won't tell their boss and they won't tell their leaders that this is a problem. I spent 5 years training every day to be the best vassal I can, to protect the people like my... Perhaps Lyle has a point. We should keep this as quiet as possible. Yet something doesn't sit quite right with me. I can't quite ignore the deep feeling in my gut that tells me I shouldn't begin by asking around for any information I get my hands on. Look, you are a contradiction. That's 15 minutes, guys, but I have to leave this last statement. Leah is a contradiction. Earlier in the first 15 minutes of this, she said that she doesn't want to lie, but yet now she's compromised her own philosophy, her own position, by saying that she's okay with lying. This game, guys, sucks. This game is boring. I got trolled once again, and I will continue to play these games just because I love reviewing all games. But this game is a roll pass. Unless you love narrative games like this, where you get to read the trials and tribulations of really stupid and dumb characters who don't know how to deal with real life issues. I'm glad you guys are here. Give it a fat juicy like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure that you're always been drinking your honey lemon tea.
Nope.